And welcome to Your Vote Counts. I'm Scott Mitchell, Jason Dunnington, Jon Echols, and we're going to spend this entire segment talking about the most important thing this week, Taylor Swift and politics. No, we're just kidding. We're not going to do that. We are going to talk about the second session of the 59th Oklahoma legislature and give us an analysis of what you think is going to happen.
Yeah, so the second session of the 59th, and the reason we call it second is because each legislative session has 2 years. So last year was the first year of the 59th. This is the second year of the 59th. That'll begin on Monday. The governor will give his 6th State of the State speech. That'll happen about 12:30 on Monday. If you want to watch it, it'll be on OETA. It's always live on OETA. You can tune in and see that. So the governor will give his State of the State, and then Tuesday morning, both the House and the Senate will gavel in. They'll immediately, move to committee hearings. You'll start to see bills move through that process. We're up and going. So second session will begin on Monday.
And there'll be lots of coverage, News 9, News on 6, all that morning. I know I'm going to be in some of that. And I'm wondering, as you look at this second session of the 59th, what you're thinking.
Well, as my friend said and colleague, that this we'll start off this Monday, tomorrow, with Governor Stitt's 6th inaugural State of the State address. I'm looking forward to hear what he has to say. Obviously, giving money back to the citizens of the state of Oklahoma will be the big issue this session. Can there be some agreement? Will the Senate want to give any money back? I think the other big issue this session is we've had great, stable leadership in the House and the Senate. Pro Tem Greg Treat's done a phenomenal job. Speaker Charles McCall's done a great job. We're going to be watching elections for new leaders that's going to be occurring. So there's going to be a lot of change at the Capitol occurring this session.
Okay, there will be. Now, I've watched so many of these over the years. I remember when the legislature started in January. Things have changed a lot, but I think possibly one of the most interesting things is that candidate filing happens during the session. Then you have the primaries and all that. All these key dates are going to be impacting this session.
Absolutely. Well, here's the first key date to watch. Obviously, State of the State tomorrow. The second key date to watch is the Senate is going to pick a new pro tem the second Tuesday of session. So that's a big deal. And then the House will pick its new speaker later on in March. The other thing you'll be watching is bills are going to go through the committee process. Just the nuts and bolts of the legislature. The first 6 weeks is only bills from the House of origin. House here's House bills, Senate here's Senate bills. Then we flip the second 6 weeks. That's when the action starts. That's when it's time to see what we're going to send to the governor. So those are the key dates to be watching, and we'll be talking more in the show as the session progresses.
It's going to be a sea change because up until now, you said the 6th inaugural, but those other 2 people in the room with him, the pro tem and the speaker, have been there longer than the governor. That's about to change. Your thoughts about this upcoming session?
Yeah, there's some other key dates I'd just like to point out. February 19th, last day to register to vote for the presidential primaries, which will be on March the 5th this year. So if you want to participate in that, make sure you're registered to vote by February 19th. And then filing for all the state offices, for House, for Senate, for congressional seats, that comes in April. April 3rd through the 5th is filing for that. So other important key dates that are coming up when it comes to filing. But yeah, we're going to see new leadership in both the House and Senate. And there'll probably be some bumps there just because we've had really consistent, steady leadership. But I think everyone's looking forward to what's next.
Yep, a change is going to come. Okay, when we come back, we're going to be talking about the annual or weekly special session review and some action that we may see on the floor coming up.